Hey everyone. Hey, today I took my PlayStation Portable out of storage. It's been in storage since I think 2008, 2009, so we're talking over 10 years. I know I packed it up and it's probably still in good shape. I bet the batteries aren't, but anyway, figured I'd make a little video of it unboxing it for I'm thinking about putting it on eBay like I did some of my other stuff that I've been slowly getting rid of. I think in the auction I'm going to put these games up with it too. These are 4 games I have, which, you know, they're complete. Everything's in them. Discs, manuals, original case. Oh, check that out. There's the receipt for the baseball one. $39.99 I paid back in 2007. So yeah, so I probably got this in 2006. Because these are, I think, the last 2 games I purchased. I also have the charger to charge the batteries. This was I bought separately. You can put the charger in the wall. You didn't have to charge it while you were playing or charge it while you weren't playing. So I'll probably sell that too if it's still working. And I recently bought a new battery because I know the batteries in here are definitely not going to work. Came out in the US in 2005. I'm not sure what time of year though. So this is a value pack. It comes with headphones and a strap and a case and a volume control and a memory card. That's the 32 MB, which is so teeny if you think about stuff nowadays. I'm pretty sure that that's not in here, but I have a higher grade, like a gigabyte card in there. So this is showing what it's the actual size. So if you were to put that right here, that's exactly what it says. PSP 1001K, actual size. Some information and some rules, English and in French. UMD, the discs. Here's a sample. They were little, what you would think of as like little Blu-ray DVD discs inside of a protective case. They went inside the game. As you can see, it's Wi-Fi certified, USB connector, North America 1, Memory Stick Pro. It's the same thing as the other side of the box. Disc value pack. There's your 1001K again, like I said. Here's some information on, you know, barcode, serial number, all that. Anyway, let's check it out. So, flip this little thing up here. And some more information in English and French for some reason. Okay, there's my manual. Backed up still. I have some pages marked for some reason. Oh, that's just basically about the parts and all that, so I guess I was trying to keep track of certain things at the time. And what's my other page I have marked here? Oh, about the mode where you could connect 2 of them. If you had a second one and you had a game like the baseball or the football, you had to check, and it had the thing on it. I don't know if it said on the back. But anyway, 1 to 4 players, maybe like that. Wi-Fi compatibility. If your friend was in the same room with his and you had that stuff on, you could play back and forth. He's on his screen, you're on your screen. It was kind of cool for the time. Anyway, here's the complete manual, pretty thick. 258 pages. It looks like it's just English and French, just like the box. Here's a little quick reference guide. I still have that came with it. Got your important technical information, game rating codes. PlayStation Underground, which was a magazine back then you could sign up for. Kind of was almost, this was advertised everywhere. Here's the soft case that you would put your PlayStation in, so for traveling. I'm guessing this was the display disc or the sampler disc. I don't have that anymore. Here's the strap you could attach to the PlayStation Portable. I never used that because I kept it in the case. You could see that's where it connects right there. There's a little notch. Okay. Let's put this aside. Go to the next spot. So here's your cords to plug it into the wall. And you charge it while you were playing. So, yeah, so this would be the plug into the wall part. That would plug into this. This plugs into your game, so you could charge it when you're not using it, or charge it without a battery in it. Or not charge it, play without a battery in it. And the next thing, what's down here? Oh, screen protector that I purchased. So that screen protector is still on it and looks great, I'm sure. Screen cleaning cloth. Okay. Put this aside. Next would be pulling out. Okay, so the PSP is going to be in there. Here's the memory card. Yep, 1 GB. So I did upgrade at the time. Here's a battery that I purchased. It's not the original one, because that was 1800. So this is not one, but I will guarantee this won't charge anymore and work. These are the headphones, and you can see there's PlayStation on it there, maybe. It's hard to see it in there. There's PSP on it, right? That was the left one. Volume control, stuff like that. You could plug another jack into it. I can't remember why. And that's where it plugs into the PlayStation itself. Okay. Let's get what everybody wants to see part out. So there we go. There it is. Still looking great. Yeah, I can still see the screen protectors on it, so that's great. Looks like it's in really good condition still. This is the battery case for it. Just click in there, zoom in. You can see it's a PSP 1001. All the information about that. Go back out. Okay. So like I said, this battery, there is no way this battery is going to work. But let's pull it out and try anyway here. Yeah, it kind of feels puffy. All the batteries as they aged would puffy, and then this would break and burst out kind of if you didn't use it after a long time. That's what I've read. Yeah, this one's kind of puffy, so I'm just going to not even put the case on it here. Yeah, no power, of course. Why not, right? So this is a battery that I bought recently, so this is a new one. We're going to put that in. Put the little case on. I'm not always fond of this case because it was always tricky to get it to close on all sides, but it worked. Okay. So there we go. Power. Yeah, I'm getting power already. It's powering on. Alright. Wants me to do a date and stuff like that, but we'll come back to that in a second here. So let's just play with the date here. So there you go. 8 p.m. Oh, check that out. That's funny. So there's the date now. 7/11, 8 p.m. That's a photo that I had on here, because you could, in the memory card, you could store photos into the thing. So let's turn this off. Okay, so I got the memory card out. Like I said, they came with 32 MB cards back then. This is a 1 GB memory stick Pro. The battery would go in here. You had a little flip thing here that would just open. Just kind of flipped open. You would put the card in, clicks in or clicks out. So we're going to put it in, close that door. It says Magic 8 on it, which is just the terminology of it. This part here, the UMD, that is where the discs go in. So you can see you'll put the discs in there, and I'll show that in a second. But first I'm going to do with the memory, see how that goes. Okay, now that I got the memory card in and a battery, you can see here, we're going to power it on. There's a picture, like I said, of that was on here. That's of my friends. And you can see there's a game sharing, save data utility, memory stick, free space 876. So that memory card in there has no information on it right now. And that's for your Wi-Fi to go to your internet browser. You could actually go on the internet with this at the time back then. You just had to have, something to connect to. Remote play, that was to connect to other things. Location free, I don't remember what that's about. Online instruction manuals. Alright, so then save data utility. There's all my game information. So there's my game saves from the Madden game. Some of my other games in there, baseball. Anyway, that's all your save information. And then besides that, you can have videos. You could actually store photos, music on your camera, on your PSP. Kind of like what we do with our phones. But you remember, our phones, most people didn't have smartphones yet. So this was a way of also doing kind of what we do now and take for granted. So here's some pictures from my trips and stuff. You can see that I put. This was a cruise I was on years ago in 2006. And then you could, save these as your screensaver. It's loading a picture. Pretty cool. So that's all on the memory card. That's not stored in the PSP, so you need the memory card in there. This picture is like saved as a wallpaper. You could take the memory card out and that would stay on that, so I'd have to reset all of this before I were to sell it. So there's a lot of, besides photos, you could do music, you could do videos. There's a lot of things that this thing did besides played games. Pretty cool. So back to the extra things before we go back to that. So plug this into the wall. This would plug into that. And then you would take this cord and that would plug into right here in the shell spot. That is how you could play without a battery. It is also how you could charge the battery that's in it. I believe you could charge while you were playing, but it really didn't gain much ground because you're playing. So if you were done playing for the day, you didn't have an extra charger, you just plug it in like this lights up, it would charge. The jack, that weird looking shaped thing right there, with the prong on that plugs in right here. It goes into the circle and that. So that's your headphone jack. Controls your volume. You can do your pictures that way, advance your photos, stuff like that. But it was mostly used as a headphone jack, like that. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take each game. I'm gonna put them in one at a time into the PlayStation, just to show they're working and the condition of each one. So I put in the Ape Escape game. Show it's working. Gonna take a little sound here. I'm gonna bump the sound up. Who hates waiting for games to load? Back in the old days. That's all you had to do. You had to wait. You had no choice. Okay. Little menu. So what we're doing, this is Ape Escape. It's from Sony. Monkey Madness. We'll skip past all that junk. As you can see, the game's working though. Let me move on to the next game. We're going to move into the Madden, so I'm going to take this out and put that one in now. So you would hit the home button. Do you want to quit game? Yes. I don't think it mattered if you took the game out early. You're just going to confuse the PSP though, so it might be best to wait till you get back to the home screen. Pop out your disc like that. Get the next one, football. So you pop it in there, put it in, close the door. It should start loading. Here we go. So this is Madden NFL 2008. It's loading currently. Can you hear the sounds?
Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, game just loaded. Exhibition matchup. Coin toss. You can see the graphics are really good back then. I'm just going to click through some stuff really quick here so we can get to some gameplay. New picking players, rotating the screen. There's the kickoff. You're trying to use some blockers, and I'm tackled. Alright, let's move on to the next game, which is going to be Hot Shots Golf. Look, that's me, Richie G. Loading game data. 7-7. Didn't tell me when I played last. Just gonna zoom ahead to play one hole, kick a couple balls here. Players, outfits you could change, all that junk. Just like all the games today. Waiting for the cars. Apparently I'm a redhead today. It's amazing the stuff that was on those little discs back then. Zoom ahead. Big swing. And, oop. Apparently there's a dog on the course. I heard barking. Almost went to the beach, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's get out of that, and we're going to move on next to the baseball game. That actual video footage. But the PSP could play video and photos, so this makes sense that it could store videos. It's just taking up space on that disc. Let's get around that.
With the gateway arch looming beyond the center field wall, a great
Apparently we're in St. Louis. Stuff like this you could skip ahead though. Occasionally you could hit the button, jump ahead, get right to the whole thing.
Runs up to bunt here, but this is going to kick just foul down the line.
Anyway, there's the baseball game.
This will just get fouled.
Let's get out of there. So each of the games that I have that I'm putting up with the PlayStation are complete. They come with their manual and even the magazine thing. Kept things pretty good. Baseball, there's the manual. Full complete case. Same thing. So I'm just, because I won't need the PlayStation, I obviously don't need the games. So, that's it. I'm going to take everything, including the wires, the set, the case I'm going to put with it, the strap, the battery. I'm going to test the external charger, make sure that's all good, and I will probably include that with the auction. If it's not in the auction, that means it did not work, but I will do that and list it. I'm going to package this up all nice, take a couple photos, and that should be it. I think I covered everything with the PlayStation itself. It's really handy. It's, you know, I've always liked it. The weight of it always felt good. And the screen protector protected it really good. I don't even see any marks on the screen protector. So, there we go. I'm going to pause now, and we will come back in a second here. Thanks, everyone. Okay. I cleaned up the area a little here. That way I could show you some other things. So here's the soft case that it would fit in. Basically how I carried it around, and I even when I would take it to work, I would put it in my lunch bucket, and that's how I would keep it. Good protector case for that. I also, what I had for when I traveled, like if I went on vacation or not, I had this big case. That would, because you couldn't carry all these cases around, and you didn't want to have your loose discs. So, I had this. It was a nice little, this had a backpack strap. You can wear it over your shoulder. I never did that. Headphone jack could come out, so you could wear it as a shoulder bag also. Your PlayStation could fit right here. So it could slide in. I don't believe the case fit with that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to zip out. So, oh no, actually it would. I think it would. It would fit fine. We could find out here. Let's check that out. So, yeah. So you could zip it up in the case like that. Holding that. That's where your headphone jack would come out. Let's get that out of the way so we can look a little more here. So, place to put your headphones, jacks, stuff like that. This could be other things, storage. Memory cards could go here. You could put 4 memory cards here. Just some more storage there. So you could put your probably your headphone cables in here. Put your power cables in here. And some extra storage there. And then they gave you these little disc holders, so you could take your games out. Oop, that one's inside the PSP. So you could take your games out, pop them into these little cartridges here, and then you could travel with them. They also slid apart, so you could just have one at a time, pass them on to friends, whatever, stuff like that, or just say you're just taking one game with you, you could keep this in your pocket if you're swapping between 1 or 2 games. These just slid together. Kind of tricky. They're just a cheap plastic. So let's take that game, put it back over there. And it came with 8 of these. You can see there's 4 of that and 4 of that. Black ones and that. They're from MadCatz. This whole thing was just something I bought for when I traveled. Cars, stuff like that, road trips like that. But anyway, you guys are here to see the PlayStation.